हेलो दोस्तों, मैं हूं अमित त्यागी और आज मेरे खास मेहमान है एक ऐसी शख्सियत जो चाहे क्रिकेट का मैदान हो, टीवी सीरियल्स का मैदान हो, फिल्मों का मैदान हो, इन्होंने हर जगह अपनी बॉलिंग से सबको क्लीन बोल्ड किया है। तो मेरे साथ है मिस्टर सलील अंकोला एंड आई एम श्योर क्रिकेट प्रेमी हो, सीरियल देखने वाले हो, सब इनको पहचानते हैं। तो सलील जी, वेलकम टू माय शो।
थैंक यू सो मच अमित।
सलील जी से मैंने कहा कि हमारे देश में तीन चीजें सबसे ज्यादा चलती हैं, एक तो क्रिकेट, पॉलिटिक्स और तीसरा एंटरटेनमेंट। और मुझे लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं आप इन तीनों चीजों से जुड़े रहे हैं, तो इट मेक्स यू लाइक रियली बीन देयर, सीन देयर, डन दैट ऑल। सो इन तीनों में सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग, मजेदार कौन सा है?
देखो, तीन में से दो में तो हूँ मैं, हो चुका हूँ। और तीन में से मज़ेदार मैं इस एक्टिंग क्यों बोलता हूँ, क्योंकि मैं कभी सोचा नहीं था कि मैं एक्टर कभी बनूंगा। बचपन से यही सोचा था कि क्रिकेट खेलूंगा, फास्ट बॉलिंग करनी है, ये सब कुछ सोचा था जी। यही करते करते बड़े हुए, लेकिन जिस तरह से इंजरी हुई और उसके बाद में फिर एक समय ऐसा आया कि मुझे एक्टिंग में जाना पड़ा एंड लकीली लोगों को पसंद आया। तो इट वाज मोर डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी, क्योंकि बचपन से तो यही खेल रहे। क्रिकेट वाज, आई एम नॉट सेइंग क्रिकेट इज इजी, क्योंकि इतने बड़े देश में, इतने सारी आबादी में अगर आपको सिर्फ 15 चूज करने हैं, आई एम लकी कि मुझे अच्छा माना गया, सिलेक्टर्स थॉट आई वाज गुड। लेकिन उसके बाद फिर एक्टिंग में आना, आई स्टिल रिमेंबर कि 93 में एक एक्टिंग का कुछ, तो भी एक्टिंग नहीं, मैं कैमरे के सामने पहली बार आया था जी। आई वाज फीलिंग सो ऑकवर्ड, यू नो, ऐसा लग रहा था कि वेयर एम आई, आई वाज ओवरऑल्ड। तो ये डिफिकल्ट भी था, एंजॉय भी किया, जो भी था जी।
इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, आई थिंक आप इकलौते ऐसे क्रिकेटर हैं जिन्होंने टीवी में भी नाम कराया। आई थिंक कोई क्रिकेटर टेलीविजन में नहीं आया, सीरियल्स आई मीन टू से। सब आजकल और दिख रहे हैं सब टेलीविजन पर। सिद्धू साहब भी टेलीविजन शो में ही आते हैं, बाकी सब भी क्रिकेटर्स वो कहीं ना कहीं आपको कमेंटेटर्स या और रोल्स में दिख जाएंगे, अपने जोन में दिख जाएंगे। लेकिन आपने एक ऐसा जोन चुना जो बिल्कुल क्रिकेट से बिल्कुल अलग हटके था। सो इज इट, आई थिंक दैट मेक्स यू लाइक रियली ओनली वन इन इंडिया फॉर श्योर।
No, and I think, like, you know, I'm the only one who stuck around for so long.
Yes.
Because मेरे काफ़ी दोस्त लोग हैं, विनोद कामली, अजय जडेजा, सनी सर, इन्होंने एक्टिंग में आए थे जी। ऑफ कोर्स अजय डिड अ वेरी बिग फिल्म आल्सो जल्दी, और विनोद ने भी अच्छी, सैयद किरमानी सर, रवि शास्त्री, आई थिंक रवि किया नहीं किया, आई डोंट रिमेंबर, रवि ने नहीं किया ना। तो ये लोग आए थे, लेकिन श्रीशांत ने किया था। But I'm the only one person जो शायद I was a little successful. लेकिन टीवी में बहुत सारा काम किया, बहुत सारे एपिसोड्स किए, बहुत सारे शोज किए, लोगों ने पसंद भी किया। And I'm very lucky that, you know, कि people accepted me in television after my, बहुत कम लोगों के साथ ये होता है। I consider myself, God has been kind.
ठीक। तो 90s का जब टाइम था, जब आपने चाहा तो नफरत के साथ डेब्यू किया,
इंसान जो चाहता है वो उसे कभी नहीं मिलता रहता।
एक बहुत ही आई थिंक कमिंग ऑफ एज शो किया था, कोरा कागज।
कोरा कागज
जो बनाया था हमारी बॉलीवुड की जुबली क्वीन आशा पारेख जी ने। तो कोरा कागज और चाहा तो नफरत कैसे हुआ, क्योंकि उस जमाने में सैटेलाइट टेलीविजन वाज इवॉल्विंग।
तो आई स्टिल रिमेंबर कि चाहा तो नफरत, ये द लीड जी, आई थिंक शरद जी। Sharad was, I mean, of course, he was a good friend of mine. Sharad was there. So somehow मेरा थोड़ा resemblance था शरद के साथ. That's what the producers and the directors felt. लेकिन अभी क्या कैसा हुआ कि 96 वर्ल्ड कप जब मैं खेला, तभी 96 में I was offered 4-5 films. क्योंकि तभी ये दौर शुरू हुआ था कि you know कि the media used to also had started evolving, and तभी ये था कि you know कि okay, I was one of the few good looking guys. तो वर्ल्ड कप का दौर था, दैट फीवर वाज देयर बिकॉज इट वाज इन इंडिया। तो मुझे फिल्में ऑफर की, लेकिन मुझे तो कुछ फिल्मों में दिलचस्पी थी नहीं, करना भी नहीं था। बट देन व्हाट हैपेंड वाज 97 में मेरा ये हो गया, आई कुडंट प्ले, आई कुडंट रन फॉर 3-4 years। तो करूँ क्या, पढ़ा लिखा तो था नहीं, आई मीन पूरी आई वाज ओनली इनटू क्रिकेट। तो तभी मुझे ये शो ऑफर किया गया था, जस्ट बिकॉज आई वॉज लुकिंग लाइक शरद कपूर, एंड शरद वॉज डूइंग वेरी वेल। उसको बहुत सारी फिल्में मिल रही थी, उसकी जोश भी आई थी, उसके बाद वो बहुत सारी फिल्में थी उसके पास। So he didn't want to continue. They were in a fix, but then I got offered that and I didn't know what to do because I was looking अभी मैं 2-3 साल करूँ क्या? And I had a job with Mafatlal, but I couldn't play cricket.
Okay.
But then that time I had 2 kids. The my son was just about 1 year old that time. My daughter was 4 years old. So got to support the family. So I said, like, why not? But why not is thinking why not is a different thing, and reality is a totally different. Because I know मेरे खानदान में किसी ने ना तो प्ले किया है ना तो वी जस्ट लाइक टू वॉच. म्यूजिक का शौक था सबको घर में. आई एम बीन नेम्ड आफ्टर सलील चौधरी.
Oh,
that's the reason.
That's a trivia. So
my father
Salil Ankola's name is actually taken from Salil Chaudhary.
Yeah, and my father was a big fan of Salil Chaudhary sir. तो नाम पड़ गया सलील. एंड तो फिर इस तरह से मेरी एक्टिंग की शुरुआत हुई.
जी.
पहले था कि करूँ क्या, कैसे करूँ. सो देन आई टुक सम हेल्प फ्रॉम माय फ्रेंड्स. ये थोड़ा जो उनके
पर मुश्किल था डायलॉग्स रटना, लंबे लंबे हिंदी के बड़े बड़े डायलॉग्स कैसे बोलना, वो सब. हाउ डिड यू मैनेज?
इट्स वेरी फनी. द फर्स्ट डे ऑफ शूट ऑफ चाहत और नफरत, I still remember Salil Ankola making a debut. तो बहुत सारे टीवी चैनल्स थे
जी.
They had come with the cameras, and they wanted to record, they wanted to play later on. And मेरा first dialogue was, I still remember that, मैं आ रहा हूँ.
Okay.
Was my first dialogue of my entire career. मैं आ रहा हूँ बोलने के लिए मुझे 44 रेटिंग्स देने पड़े.
कहना आसान है, एक्टिंग इतना it's not an easy
It's
job.
not easy at all.
I think cricket खेलना आसान है.
For me, of course, it was. For me, of course, it was. तो मैं आ रहा हूँ बोलने में, और मुझे शर्म आने लगी, कि 10 बार हो गया, 20 बार हो गया. तो the director, we grew as friends.
जी.
2 डायरेक्टर थे, both brothers. सिद्धार्थ सेनगुप्ता
जी.
and Zubi Sengupta.
Oh, Siddharth Sengupta.
Yeah, Siddharth के
he's
साथ.
now a veteran.
Oh yes. We are dear friends. उसके साथ भी तो शुरू की थी. He is the one. He and his brother taught me acting.
Okay.
Basically. तो उस तरह से शुरुआत की है, and then धीरे धीरे बढ़ते गए. But still the toughest part for me अभी acting में यही है आज तक. Till I started until today. वो लोग कैसे इतने बड़े बड़े लंबे डायलॉग एक टेक में बोल जाते हैं, मुझे समझ में नहीं आता.
इस जिंदगी का बोझ मुझसे ढोया नहीं जाता.
मैं बाद में थोड़ी I started getting it, but still, like, all my co-stars like Renuka Shahane, then there was Juhi Parmar. उन लोग को एक पेज दे दो, और बहुत सारे co-actors थे who were into acting. उनको 10-10 पेज दे दो, पढ़ के तैयार. मैं 4 लाइन बोल के फिर कट करो, वापस शुरू करो. So it was very difficult for me.
जी. इससे पहले किरवानी साहब और संदीप पाटिल ने भी कभी अजनबी नाम की फिल्म की थी. बट पर से आई थिंक क्रिकेटर्स don't make good actors, and that's what the belief goes. Is that what you have to say? I mean, I think cricketers should stick to playing cricket only.
कैसा है कि the thing is, अगर आपको शौक हो बचपन से एक्टिंग का, and luckily कि the thing is that my mom and dad were good looking, so luckily that genetically I was a little more on the plus point, in the looks point of view. पहले अच्छा दिखता था, अभी थोड़ा हो गया. पहले बहुत अच्छा दिखता था.
अभी भी अच्छे दिखते हैं.
So the thing is, and what happens is, like, acting, whatever profession you might say, it is not easy at all, and certainly it's not easy when it's not your profession. And मुझे कैसा था कि, see, whoever came, like Ajay or maybe Sandy, they came, they did their own one film and they went off. Maybe उन लोग ने seriously नहीं लिया, maybe शौक के लिए किया. मुझे तो serious था ना, because I had to take it up as a profession. मैं करूँ क्या दूसरा? So then I had to go through the whole grind of learning the camera angles, dialogue delivery क्या होती है, and I grew by the day. चलते रहा, दौड़ चलते रहा. Surprisingly, I did up for 18 years. I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
2000 में आपने बॉलीवुड में डेब्यू किया कुरुक्षेत्र के साथ. बहुत सारी आपने फिल्में की. महेश मांजरेकर के साथ काफी आपने चेक की है, so how did the first film कुरुक्षेत्र and महेश मांजरेकर से मुलाकात कैसी हुई?
See, Mahesh is a big fan of cricket, and I think we met at some functions or something of the sort. He said, like, will you do it? I was at a point of time कि I never used to think कि ये करना है नहीं करना है, मुझे बताने वाला कोई नहीं था. I had no godfather in the industry. Neither I had a godfather even in cricket. बताने वाला कोई नहीं था. It's very important कोई बताने वाला हो कि किस तरह से आप अपना करियर चूज करें. Very few people are there who make it big from the TV. गिने चुने 2-3 नाम ही आते हैं सामने. And मेरा तो अलग ही मामला था कि I had to support my family. I had to take whatever it comes. I still remember even when Kurukshetra, when Chahat aur Nafrat happened, उसके बाद भी I used to take photographs and go, though I was very well known that time. But still, a cricketer coming into Bollywood, acting, it's an alien thing for the cricketer. So people also were not convinced कि ये कर पाएगा या नहीं कर. Even Asha ji was not convinced. Okay. That I will be able to pull off जो Ravi, I think Ravi था, I will be able to pull off that character. But I think she was people around her convinced her, and luckily फिर वो चलता गया, होता गया. So it is God's grace. Everything in my life, I still believe I have been blessed by God somehow or the other. Whether it is cricket, whether it is acting, whether it is my personal life. कहीं ना कहीं देख के ऐसा लगता है the hand of God has been always there. Now I realize that, at one point of time when things didn't go well, ऐसा लगता था कि there's no God. But then अभी when ये पूरा दौर देखने के बाद ऐसा लगता है कि yes, there was the hand, Yeah.
I think you're the first cricketer in India who ever did a show called Big Boss. And your first Big Boss ही था वो.
First cricketer who did the show Big Boss. First cricketer who went into the house and first cricketer to be eliminated.
Because उस टाइम पे तो Big Boss पता नहीं था है क्या चीज. जब आप गए अंदर ना किसी को देखने वालों को पता था कि क्या चीज है जब first season. So but वो I think was a very different Big Boss. It had Ravi Kishan to Rupali Ganguly and Rakhi Sawant and
so Arshad was hosting it.
तो कैसा था एक हफ्ते का experience वहाँ पे?
Yeah, it was. I still remember कभी I think it was one of those times. I think 2006 की बात है.
Yes.
I think I was doing a show with Ekta.
करम अपना अपना
yeah. And वो क्या था कि I was used to doing one episode a week. And suddenly I said yes to Ekta for Karam Apna Apna, which was 4 or 5 days a week. It's a tough job. Doing a daily soap is not easy. It's a tough job. It becomes even more tougher.
Because I think Kora Kagaz time there were weekly shows, and now this is a daily. I mean, 7 दिन shows आते हैं.
90% of my work at that time, जो मैंने किया था, like चाहत और नफरत, कोरा कागज, एक डीडी पे भी मैंने किया था, फिर एक वो कैसा था कि it was daily. Sorry, it was a weekly show. तो टाइम इतना नहीं लगता है. You are used to. I am a very family oriented guy. So I like to go back to my family. वहाँ पे समझ में आ रहा था कि जाने को टाइम ही नहीं मिल रहा है. So we are shooting like about 2, 3, 4 days in a row, 5 days in a row, and 24 hours that factory is churning. So वो फिर and we were told earlier कि थोड़ा initial जब तक show setup नहीं हो जाता तब तक we'll have to go through the grind. But maybe that time I thought I was tough enough to do that, but then I realized it is not my thing, and I said yes to Ekta. I did the show. It was wrong on my part. I agree to my mistakes. I'm not that kind of a person who try to cover up my mistakes. I did a wrong thing by not disagreeing to the contract and then going to that what is the Big Boss.
Big Boss.
So, but the first show with all these guys, जितना I think मैं उस घर में था 10 दिन के लिए शायद. So we had a great camaraderie. Aryan Ved was there. Ravi was there. राखी साहब, मैं उसको रॉकी बोलता हूँ. मैं उसको रॉकी बोलता हूँ. अभी भी रॉकी बोलता हूँ. जी. Even
Kashmir Shah.
Kashmira Shah. She was also there, no?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And Rupali Ganguly, जो आज की
Rupali
television
was there.
की
Rupali was there.
जी.
She was. She's. I mean, I always. I mean, called her like my sister at that time.
जी.
It was a great group of bunch of
Yes.
people over there.
I think the best casting ever.
Best casting. Deepak Parashar was there.
Yes, Deepak Parashar.
Best casting, and it was not the Big Boss what we see today. क्योंकि वो पहली बार था. And it was good fun. बहुत मजा आया actually. It was good fun.
जी. जिंदगी में आपने बहुत उतार चढ़ाव देखे हैं, हाईज एंड लोज देखे हैं. कैसे, मतलब एक इंस्पिरेशन स्टोरी है. हाउ डू यू मेंटेन एंड यू कम आउट ऑफ इट? आई मीन, कहना आसान है, किताबी बातें नहीं, लेकिन वो एक उम्मीद का दिया जलाना जो है, आगे बढ़ना. बिकॉज हम तो कह सकते हैं केवल कि ऐसा हुआ वैसा हुआ, बट हाउ डिड यू सॉ हैंडल बोथ द थिंग्स?
See, what happens is the greatest setback in my life was when I had to stop playing cricket. 97 में जो हुआ, like और everybody सब लोग सोचते हैं कि मैंने क्रिकेट बॉलीवुड के लिए छोड़ा, which is not the case. And अभी तक मैंने I have not even justified myself to anybody. Maybe this is the first time I'm telling you. And that was one of the toughest years because I was only preparing for cricket. And वो ऐसा दौर आ गया था कि 97 में I think Kapil Paji had retired, Manoj Prabhakar had retired, Srinath and Venkatesh Prasad both were unfit, and who's going to take up the helm of Indian bowling attack was me. तभी तक बाकी कोई नहीं आया था. Zaheer Khan भी नहीं आया था. Zaheer was a youngster that time. Ajit Agarkar was a youngster. They used to come to the nets and bowl. We used to tell them how to go about things. And apparently I was playing, मैं न्यूजीलैंड के साथ एक मैच खेल रहा था, and तभी ये इंजरी हुई, which was nothing related to cricket. That is the first time it really broke me into a lot of pieces. And then at that time I went into that phase called why me, you know. एक इंसान के जिंदगी में एक फेज आता है जब ये सोचने लगता है ना, why me में अगर आप घुस गए ना, becomes very difficult to come back out of it. एक बार आप सेल्फ पिटी में घुस जाते हो ना, it becomes very difficult. वो सेल्फ पिटी में घुस गया था. It took a lot of toll on myself as well as the family. And I came into an alien profession. Alien why? Because I had never done it. Nobody from मेरे खानदान में कोई एक्टर नहीं था, ना तो कोई दिलचस्पी लगता था कि स्टेज पे जाए और परफॉर्मेंस किया है, कोई नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. I came into an alien profession and I was absolutely lost. And then तभी थोड़ी कि depression is one of kind of a thing that it doesn't tell you that I'm coming to you. It happens over a period of time. And then you start drinking a little bit too much. वो फिर जब शुरू हो गया तो मुझे पता नहीं चला कि कब ज़्यादा हो गया. Because you are doing something which you don't like. I went on to like the acting as a profession. It was a gradual thing. It didn't happen overnight. So वो करते 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 फिर हो गया. तो by the time then still you won't believe it, 98 से लेके 2011 तक I didn't watch cricket at all. I didn't watch cricket at all. I have not seen any innings of all the people who have been in that time. Because I was so angry with everything, So under it was like, you get suffocated, there's a lot of pent up anger. And when you're not being able to share with the people around you, it becomes very difficult when the people around you also don't understand. And you're not being able to share, so it becomes bottled up. When it becomes bottled up, you tend to explode sometime or the other. Yes. That is what happened. And in the bargain, there were घर में भी चीजें, it was not happening proper. There was a lot of problems in the house also, like people not getting along with me. वो तो होता ही है joint family में. तो वैसे सब कुछ हुआ. Everything just क्या बोलता है ना, शनि का प्रभाव पड़ा.
आपने शो भी किया शनि देव.
See, this has become one of my best part. I try to laugh it off whatever I can. क्योंकि what happens is when you think about life and when you think what has happened ना, सोच के कुछ फायदा नहीं है. I mean, you're going to ruin your present, you're going to ruin the future. और जो आपने बोला अभी कि आपने उतार चढ़ाव देखा और आपने यू कम बैक सो स्ट्रॉन्ग, इफ इट वाजंट फॉर माय वाइफ रिया आई वुडंट हैव कम आउट ऑफ इट. आई डोंट थिंक आई वुड हैव बीन सिटिंग विथ यू. I don't think I would have seen 2016 at all, to be very frank. 2015 would have been the end of it because it had gone way above the. Luckily, I met.
तो मुलाकात आप दोनों की कहाँ हो गई?
ये हमारे फेसबुक पे.
फेसबुक पे.
Yeah, see how funny life is, you know.
Was she your fan?
I have no idea. I don't think so. Because if I say she was my fan, वो मैं मार खाऊंगा उससे. No, but she used to like that song, you know. कभी तो नजर मिलाओ. कभी तो नजर मिलाओ. That's about it. She had not seen any of my shows or anything of this sort.
Okay.
But कभी तो नजर मिलाओ उसको पसंद आता था.
Okay.
और क्या हुआ कि फेसबुक का दौर शुरू हुआ था 2009 या 7 या 8, I don't know. I think 2009
10-11 से मतलब शुरू हुआ. Orkut हुआ करता था उससे पहले.
I have no idea.
अच्छा.
Because you know तभी तो I was in my own world of shooting only and drinking and shooting, because most of the time I used to be out of the house shooting all the time, and I was happy in my own world because I didn't want to go home and all this stuff, because घर पे nobody was getting along with each other, and I was one kind of a person. What do you see me today? I'm very extrovert. तभी मैं पूरा introvert था. I was not this kind of a guy who would talk or just keep quiet. So where were we? Facebook. So now what happened कि Facebook का अकाउंट भी मेरे को एक दोस्त ने ओपन करके दिया है. ये Facebook का ऐसे अकाउंट ओपन करके. I had no idea about internet and all this stuff. तो Facebook वगैरह हो गया, and suddenly after that, because of my excessive drinking and all, I had to go to a rehab. rehab में जो 1-2 साल रह के बाद में वापस आ गया, तो then I देख रहा था Facebook पे, तभी वो घर में कंप्यूटर हुआ करता था ना इतना बड़ा. बैठा था तो खोला. So I saw that there are about 1000 1000 के ऊपर तो फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट आते ही नहीं है. तो आई थिंक उसके बाद तो दे कीप ऑन. लकीली मैंने खोला तो 1000 की फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट दे, उसमें 90% वो गर्ल्स. बट आउट ऑफ दैट 1000 ये मेरी वाइफ मुझे कहाँ से मिले, आई थिंक दैट्स इट्स अ ब्लेसिंग.
सैयारा.
Exactly. really it's a fact, because somehow, I mean, I believe in one thing, if the connection has to be there, the life leads you towards that. Never did I think, मैंने कभी ये सोचा नहीं था कि मेरा क्रिकेट खत्म हो जाएगा, मैं एक्टिंग में आ जाऊंगा. Then because of that मेरा बाकी सब प्रॉब्लम्स हो जाएंगे. My first marriage would be nullified. We would go in, we would be separated, divorced and all that stuff. Then it led me towards her, because there was a purpose in life which I had to fulfill. That's what I feel. That's what led me towards a blessing called Riya. And when Riya happened to me, everything changed. It took a little time. She's a doctor by profession, MBBS doctor. And पता नहीं, I'll tell you that whole thing. Facebook में then 3 common friends were there.
अच्छा.
One was the late हमारा the director Sangeet Sivan, who just passed on last year. I loved Sangeet. I loved working with him, and we got along very well. We were in fact just about a week before he passed on, we just said like अपन मिलते हैं, and then he passed away suddenly, you know. But then he was one of those guys. I said, who's this one? I liked her eyes, you know, very those innocent kind of an eyes, so I accepted. तो तभी से जो कहानी शुरू हो गई है, तो अभी तक उसी के साथ हो. That was I'm very lucky to have.
क्रिकेटर्स के पीछे लड़कियां दीवानी रहती है. आपने कहा हमेशा से ही, जब से क्रिकेटर्स आए हैं, हीरोइंस ऑफ क्रिकेटर्स स्पेशली, सो यू यूज्ड टू दैट फीमेल अटेंशन. श्योर गर्ल्स फ्लॉक टू यू. ऐसे में ये क्यों ये इतना ग्लैमराइजेशन ऑफ फिल्म हीरोइंस एंड क्रिकेटर्स का स्पेशली एक रहा है? What is this fixation? ये
fixation क्या है? You are a man and there is a woman. So people will get attracted and then they will see each other. And क्या होता है कि cricketers, you just said the word, it's glamorous. Heroines, glamorous.
Two glamorous professions.
Two
coming
glamorous
together.
professions coming together, and actually it is going to be glamorized by the media also. I mean, ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें होती होगी रियल लाइफ में भी, with people who are not actors and actresses and cricketers, but उनका अटेंशन में नहीं आता है ना. हमारा लोग का कुछ भी किया तो अभी तो आजकल तो कैमरा भी आ गया फोन में सर, तो हर चीज तो छप ही जाती है. So that's the whole thing. And see, we started this interview by saying that there are three professions in India: politicians, cricket and Bollywood. अगर उन दोनों तीनों में से दो जन एक साथ आ जाए, it's going to create a good hype. And of course, see कैसा होता है कि you tend to get attracted. It's it's nature, natural, I think. वो हो जाता हो.
So what keeps you busy these days? Any more projects in the pipeline?
At the moment, I'm TV though I cannot do because I'm busy into commentary nowadays. 2000 actually what happened was in 2019. बीच में तो दौर चला. Then after that, I came back into. I was not in Mumbai for a while. I was with Ria was the working one. Ria just told me you get back to life. I will work and you just make sure that you get your health back, because I had become 60 kgs a personal life. I had become very thin and all that stuff. So she said you start eating well, you start working out. It took me about a couple of years. A lot of medications which had to be weaned off and all. So those saal I was in Lucknow with her. I was in Chandigarh. And those 2 years after that, we got offered a show. I was not supposed to come back to Mumbai at all.
Power couple.
Yeah. The power couple happened. Then I told Ria, ऐसा show offer हुआ है. I said, I don't want to do it. So she said, no, you have to do it. And one thing is that I listened to her a lot, because I believe अगर वो ना होती तो मैं नहीं होता. Yeah. So I listened to her. Then that's how I came back to the show and all this thing. But then she realized one thing, कि something was not very off. So she said why don't you. And she noticed one thing, when it was about films and all, I used to talk. I love watching films. I can watch at least 4 or 5 films a day. I have a good home theater at home. मैं बैठ के देखता ही रहता हूँ.
किस तरह की फिल्में देखते हैं आप?
Anything. I see from Punjabi to Malayalam to Telugu to anything. I've got a vast knowledge about films and know how to. I don't know whether I'll be able to make it someday. Make a film or something, but that is not my. I should not be actor. हो गया, बहुत हो गया. I don't want to go above that. But I love watching this.
Okay.
And then तो क्या होता है कि the thing is, where was I? I got lost again.
जी, अभी थोड़ा lost हो गए.
Yeah. No. So then what happened was, she told me in 2019. She told me, why don't you go back to cricket? Because whenever you talk about cricket, I can see that passion.
Yes.
The doctor, she is majored in psychology also. She could see the passion. So I said, okay, yeah, I think you're right. So then at that time, my friend who owns the DY Patil Stadium, Vijay Patil, he was the president of Mumbai Cricket Association. I told him my interest. Yeah, I feel like might want to come back. What do you think? He said, great news, yeah. I said, I've been thinking about the same. He actually told me also a couple of times. Even Dr. Ratnakar Shetty, ex-BCCI chairman, he had also said, why don't you come back to cricket now? Enough of your acting. So then he said, okay. So there was no news for the next 6-7 months. Suddenly I get a call, which is from a private number. मैं बोला private number एक ही इंसान का हो सकता है. The god of cricket. तो उठाया इसलिए हाँ. Will you be interested? I said, yeah, of course I would. So then this is how I became the chairman of Mumbai Selection Committee. Mumbai wasn't doing well for the past 7 years. He said we need a major overhaul. We have to win trophies. This is not the Mumbai ward. I said Saj. I call him Saj. I call him Tenlia. I call him God, Master. सब कुछ बोलता हूँ.
But आप दोनों ने start Sachin Tendulkar and you started
we
the same
started
time.
Together. We were roommates. We started together. We played from the same club. We played from the same office team. We played for Mumbai together. हर चीज सब कुछ साथ में की. So that's how it started. Then he gave me. He said and then I had my friend called Sanjay Naik, who was the then secretary of Mumbai Cricket Association. Now he's the vice president. He told me, he called me Salya. Salya, you got the free hand. You can do. Nobody will ask you any question. We started winning trophies. We won the Vijay Hazare Trophy after a long time. We won the Ranji Trophy finals. Then we won the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy for the first time in 17 years.
Okay.
And then under 23, 2-3 times we won the championship. So this is how we got back to the game. Because of that, I was put into the Indian selection committee.
Okay.
मेरा जो एक ड्रीम था to win the World Cup for India, that dream got fulfilled not by playing the game, but as a selection committee member. That dream got fulfilled. The T20 World Cup which we won last year, 24. I was a part of the selection committee, so that is one of my dreams which came true. And then I had to step down in September 24 because of the term ending. And then after that, I came into commentary. So these days I'm totally into commentary. But yes, of course, whenever a good OTT platform comes, I'll definitely do it. और आना चाहिए ना. But because most of the people think I'm totally into the cricket, तो कोई फोन करता ही नहीं है. But of course, अगर आएगा तो करूँगा 100%. But it has to be something clean, not कि
And now your son also is preparing for his. So is cricket never
he played under 16 and under 19. But then one day he comes and tells me कि Papa, can I be very frank with you? I said, that's how we are. I said, do you think I'm your father? I mean, we are more like friends. And हमारे घर में वही है कि we are more like friends. We are not, of course, कहीं तो father mother बनना पड़ता है मुझे और रिया को. But we are more like friends. So तभी then he said, I don't want to play cricket. I said, okay, then what do you want to do? He's already he's a IHM graduate. He's a chef and all this stuff. He said, like, let me give it a try in acting. I said, okay, fine, try in acting. तभी मैंने उसको थोड़ा पहले बुलाया था, you're too looking too young. So he said, like, no problem, I'll work for it. I said, I'll give you about 6-7 years. बाद में तो you got your degree, you can do whatever you want. हमारे पास तो वो भी नहीं थी, degree भी थी. So at least he's got a degree, so he can do whatever he wants. So he's there. Now he started looking good, and he's. I said, like, just by saying that you want to get into acting, you'll never become an actor. So basically, you got to go do a lot of training for that. First of all, your fight sequences, your martial arts, then your dancing. So he did that over the years. For the past 5 years, he's been doing that training and all that stuff. So now he's doing his auditions. Let's hope so. सबसे बड़ी चीज होती है तकदीर, luck. Luck is the most important thing in any facet of life. So hopefully, let's see.
And what about the daughters? Do they have interest in cricket or acting?
My elder daughter is married.
Okay.
She's got 2 kids now. The youngest one, she's going to be 22 on the 9th of September, and she wants to become a pastry chef. She is planning. She wants to go to Australia. Okay. और to लाख और प्रोफेसर उधर सीखने के लिए. लेकिन अभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया में जो सीन चल रहे हैं वो देख के तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया तो नहीं जाएगी, कहीं और जाएगी अभी. बट ऑफ कोर्स शी वांट्स टू बिकम अ पेस्ट्री शेफ. she's 22. She started baking from the age of 9. And trust me, the cheesecakes and the tiramisus and the chocolate brownies are mind blowing.
But ऐसा लगता है कि the Gen Z is very clear about their choices. I mean, what do you feel? They're more evolved. Of course, they have this social media and the technology is so faster.
See,
what do you feel about
this? Social media is good when used properly. Everything about use and abuse. Social media can be very bad if you become addicted to it. Plus, if you use it for the wrong. Otherwise, it can be very good if you use it for learning. And Gen Z, for that matter, I mean, the youngest is a Gen Z. So she's very focused about what she wants. And it's your life. Just because हमारी वजह से they have been born, it doesn't give us a right to own them. पहले ऐसा ज़माना नहीं है. पहले ऐसे ज़माने में कैसे था? I would never dare talk, even ask why I have to do that to my father. I used to get scared. पट्टी थी. पापा को पूछने के लिए कि नो व्हाई, नो चांस, आई डिडंट हैव द गट्स टू आस्क पापा व्हाई. बट हियर लाइक नाउ everything is all about evolving, and now times are different. जब मैं छोटा था, you could say that the world is big. Today the world is not big. The world is here. It's in your palm. Whatever you want to know is just come. You just got to type that thing and you come to know everything about it. Everything is in the palm of your hand. And when you have so much of the press of buttons, everything you can be accessed. I think it's about time that since it's their own life, they should also do what they feel or want. This one life is there, so they should do it. देखते हैं.
चलिए सलील जी, उम्मीद करते हैं कि ऐसे ही आप ये एनर्जी से भरे रहें, एंड आपको रिया को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. एंड उम्मीद करते हैं क्रिकेट हो, एक्टिंग हो, यू कीप ऑन दिस थिंग. बट आई थिंक योर लाइफ इज लाइक अ फिल्म.
Oh yeah, it is
a biopic in the pipeline.
Biopic अगर कोई करना चाहता है, but the thing is like we'll have to do. I mean, there's a lot of money. I keep on telling my wife and my friends, if anybody has to live a life what I have lived, he will have to live for at least about 200 years. Because there's so much of things which has happened in my life. Well, I don't know. I don't know how I am alive today, but I am. There's only the whole. I keep on telling everybody the whole grace goes to my wife, Riya. अगर वो ना होती तो मैं ना होता. But the thing is like she came into my life. My whole family came back together. My kids came back to me, and like you just have to trust the process. Simple as that. Oh yes, of course. Biopic को बना देता है, बनाओ.
उम्मीद करते हैं बस इसी तरह आप जिंदगी में आगे बढ़ते रहें, खुशियाँ बिखेरते रहें. I think inspiration for all of us. That was Salil Ankola, and we shared a lot of interesting insights about cricket, Bollywood, life in general. Thank you so much, Salil.
Thank you so much.
Always loved your work, be it cricket, be it television, cinema, and keep on loving like you.
Thank you so much.
Rock star. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks.